Let's take a boat ride on the enlarged Erie Canal at the Liz and Dave Beebe Erie Canal Park in Camillus, New York. The enlarged canal was dug from 1834 to 1862 across New York State, from Albany in the east to Buffalo in the west. You are at Camillus Landing, nicknamed Halfway There because it's 175 miles to Buffalo and 175 miles to Albany. The enlarged canal is a prism or a trapezoid that is 7 feet deep, 70 feet wide at the surface, and 42 feet wide at the bottom. The bottom and sides of the canal were lined with clay that kept the water in the canal. Often, the sides were lined with stones to prevent erosion. As we travel down the canal heading east to Albany, notice the left side is a wide path. This is called the towpath. During the enlarged canal era, boats did not have motors and instead were pulled by mules or horses on the towpath. This made for a more smooth and quiet ride. The mules or horses were controlled by a 10 to 14-year-old boy who was called a mule driver. And every day, the mule driver and his team of 3 mules would walk 2 6-hour shifts pulling the canal boat. Both the mules and the driver lived on the boat when they weren't walking the towpath. If you look to the right side, you see a narrower path. This is called the berm, and people often walked along the berm as it was not crowded and they didn't have to worry about stepping in manure. What types of boats would have passed by Camillus Landing? One boat was a packet that carried passengers who paid 4 cents per mile for a narrow bed and 3 meals a day. These boats were pulled by horses instead of mules. Many immigrants and Americans used canal travel to head west to start new farms and businesses. The boats seen most often were the cargo boats. These boats were 97 feet long and 17.5 feet wide, weighing up to 240 tons. That's the weight of 20 school buses. It's amazing that 3 mules could pull such heavy boats. Cargoes headed west were manufactured goods like stoves, clothing, glass, furniture, dishes, and plows. Cargoes headed east were natural resources like coal, apples, wheat, corn, flour, pork, milk, salt, and lumber. On the canal, cargo could be shipped faster and cheaper than by wagon over the land, so New York State's economy, cities, towns, and population grew. New York became known as the Empire State. There were some man-made structures that the canal needed in order to operate. One was a lock that raised or lowered a boat to match the elevation change across New York State. Located just to the east of the Camillus Landing was Gear Lock. Another structure was a culvert that allowed a natural stream to pass under the canal prism so it would not erode the side of the canal. An aqueduct is a very important structure that allowed the canal to pass over a natural river, swamp, or valley. It is a bridge filled with water that is like an overpass on today's highway. On our boat ride, we are about to travel onto the 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct, the only aqueduct in all of New York State over which a boat can now travel. The aqueduct was constructed from 1838 to 1841 and was used until 1917. There are 4 stone arches that support the towpath. One canal aqueduct had 31 arches, and the longest aqueduct was about the length of 4 football fields. There were 32 aqueducts on the enlarged canal. After this section of the canal was closed in 1917, the wooden trough rotted away. In 2008 to 2009, the Camillus Canal Society started to repair the aqueduct by making a new wooden water trough. Through the hard work of volunteers, 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct is navigable again. Notice the stonework that has lasted over 180 years.
This video was made possible by generous grants from Solvay Bank. Solvay Bank, make more possible. CNY Arts and News Channel 9. Thank you to News Channel 9 meteorologists Kate Thornton and John D. Pasquale for generously donating their time as narrators for the video. And a special thanks to the many volunteers and friends of the Liz and Dave Beebe Camillus Erie Canal Park who shared their expertise, time, ideas, photos, and artifacts to make this video to share with students from around the world. To find kid-tested activities about the Erie Canal, go to eriecanalcamillus.com and click on the School Tours button.